Hello friends, my name is Ajay and I'm back with one more interesting video, Power of Imagination. I often wonder that why imagination is not taught as a subject in schools. Imagination, if understood and practiced properly, can transform our life. I'm especially talking about students. In this video, we will understand about the powers of imagination. In e-Techno Mind, we are talking about those topics which are untouched in our country. There is an urgent need to teach these topics to young students. It will help them in laying the solid foundation for the future. So if you will like our videos, please subscribe our channel and hit the like button. It will keep us motivated for making such knowledgeable videos for you. Let us begin. Learn in this video. You will get answers of three questions. What are those three questions? Question number one, what is imagination? What is the right definition of imagination? Question number two, what are the benefits of imagination? Yes, most of the time we are not aware that what are the benefits of imagination, and that is why we do not practice imagination. The third question is how to imagine for maximum benefits. Yes, imagination is also an art and we need to understand what is that art, how to imagine, what are the elements which we need to add in our imagination so that our registration will become very strong. So you will get answers of these three questions in this video. Imagination. What is imagination? Creating pictures of something in our mind is called imagination. When we can create mental images of something in our mind, then it is called imagination. When we will dig further, you will have more clarity about it. So let us park it here. I am introducing you to one gentleman, Mr. Albert Einstein. He said, imagination is more important than knowledge. Yes, imagination is very powerful and it is more important than knowledge. I have painted these words in golden color. Really, these are golden words and we do not understand it. We always keep on running behind knowledge, but we do not look after imagination. Let us understand the meaning of imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge has limits. When you are reading from a book, it may have 100 pages, 200 pages, 500 pages or 1000 pages. It has some limits. So whatever you will gain from that book, it will be limited. So your knowledge has boundaries. It is limited by many means. And when we acquire knowledge, we use our sensory organs. It also has limitations. So in a nutshell, we can say that knowledge has boundaries, it has limits, while our imagination is limitless. There is no boundary of imagination. We can think anything. There is no tax on imagination. We can imagine about what is possible or what is not possible. So imagination is limitless. And when we acquire that skill, which is limitless, how it can work wonderfully in our life. Please think about it. We will understand power of imagination. One more gentleman, Nikola Tesla. He was an inventor. He was a scientist. He invented alternating current, Tesla coil, remote control, induction motor, neon lamp. There are around 300 patents which are registered on his name. Why I am telling you about this genius, Nikola Tesla? He could imagine about his machines even before manufacturing. Yes, this is what is the power of imagination. That is why I am telling you about Nikola Tesla. He could imagine about his machines in 3D format even before manufacturing. He could run those machines in his mind so that he could assess the wear and tear of different components. My dear friends, a machine is manufactured with hundreds of components. He could imagine all those components in his mind. He could run those machines and he could assess what will be the wear and tear of different components. This is what is the power of imagination. Imagination is very powerful. Now let us have some fun. I'll ask you to imagine about an ant. When I say ant, a picture will come to your mind, or like this. You will imagine an ant in this way. If I'll say why to imagine an ant like this only, I'll give you some more options and we will have some fun. Why we cannot imagine an ant like this? Ant carrying a hot dog. Or like this, ant playing a guitar. Ant running in the rain. Ant very angry. Ant wearing shoes and gloves. Why we cannot imagine an ant like this? We have created boundaries around our imagination. That is why we do not think beyond a limit. Please let us break the barriers which are stopping us from imagination. Let us learn an important lesson. Our memory does not understand difference between real experience and imaginative experience. What is real experience? I'll give you an example. You saw an ant which was eating hot dog. So it is a real experience for you because you are witnessing it through your eyes. What will happen in this case? Registration will be very strong. Your memory will register it quickly because you witnessed it. Now, if you witnessed something, you encountered the real experience, the retention will be longer. You will not forget it easily. And this is what we always aim. We always want that our retention must be longer. Now coming back to the case of imaginative experience. In this case, we will have two options. Everything will depend on the intensity of registration. If imagination is poor, then what will happen? We will have short retention. If we are not able to imagine in a strong manner, if our imagination is not strong, we will forget. If our imagination is strong, then what will happen? We will not forget it. Retention will be longer. If we can somehow create a real experience in our imagination, then it means our imagination is very strong, and in that case our retention will be longer. And this is what is expected from all of us. We have to look in this area. We have to create the strong imagination so that we will not forget what we will study. So if we can apply the imagination, I'll say the strong imagination while we are studying something, we will not forget it. Registration will be very strong and we will retain that particular information for a longer period of time. This is what is our target. So we will dig it further. Let us first understand what are the benefits of imagination. What will happen to us if we will acquire the skill of imagination? Imagination makes us more creative. It improves our creativity. If we can imagine an ant in 10 ways, 20 ways, it will make us more creative. Our boundaries will break and we will become more creative. When we will become more creative, we will become inventive. And let me tell you one thing. Imagination is behind every invention. It makes us more curious. When we can find 5 ways to imagine an ant, our mind will think about more ways. What can be more ways to imagine an ant? In this way, we will become more curious. Learning will become fun. Most of the time, our mind is not interested in studies. So when we will become more imaginative, when we will add imagination in our studies, we will think in different ways, funny ways. So learning will become fun for us, and whatever we will study, our mind will be fully engaged in that. So what will happen? Ultimately, it will improve our concentration. Yes, our focus or concentration will also improve. And this is what is the target of every student. Everybody says, please focus. But how to focus? It is never taught. So if you will add imagination in your studies will become fun, and at the same time, you will have more interest and focus in your studies. Imagination improves self-confidence. Yes, you heard it correct. When you will gain more knowledge through your imagination, when you will become more creative or inventive, your self-confidence will enhance. It enhances problem-solving skills. See, when we imagine, we become more creative, and it ultimately makes us troubleshooter. It enhances problem-solving skills. It improves retention of what we study. Yes, when we imagine in a strong manner, when we create strong pictures in our mind, then whatever we study, our mind retains it for a longer period of time. These are the benefits of imagination. And when you will gain all those benefits, knowledge will become byproduct of imagination. Yes, knowledge will become byproduct. So we must always chase imagination, not the knowledge. Knowledge will ultimately chase your imagination. Now the last question, how to imagine to get maximum benefits? I'll tell you about the elements which you must add in your imagination so that you will gain maximum benefits from your imagination. So the first element is color. If you can add more and more colors in your imagination will become very, very strong. And then whatever you will imagine, it will be retained by your mind. Let me give you an example. We have two options here. One is white car or almost colorless car. Another option is red car. Our mind loves colors. So what will happen in this case? Our mind will retain the red colored car for a longer period of time. This is what I want to tell you. If you can add more and more colors in your imagination will become very, very strong. And then whatever you will imagine, your mind will retain it for a longer period of time. It will become almost a real experience for your mind. And I have told you that our memory does not understand the difference between real experience and imaginative experience. So what we have to do? We have to add more and more colors while we are imagining something. The second element is motion. If we see a butterfly which is stationary, our mind cannot be attracted towards it. But if it will start flying, our mind will be attracted towards it quickly. So this is what I want to tell you. Another example, if you see a fish which is stationary, our mind may not register it, but if it will start swimming, our mind will be attracted towards it. So this is what is most important element of imagination. When you are imagining anything, add motion to it. Your pictures must have motion if you want strong registration. Third element is unique. When something is unique, our mind registers it without any problem. Yes, I'll show you an example. There are 6 toys in front of us. 5 are painted blue, 1 is painted red. So what will happen in this case? Our mind will quickly get attention from the red toy. Yes, our mind registers what is unique, what is different. So this is what we have to do. When we are imagining something, we have to create unique pictures in our mind. Think something big, funny, and creative, and then see what happens. your mind will register it in a strong manner. It will become almost a real experience for you, and then your retention will be longer. I'll give you one more example of what is the meaning of unique. You have 10 eggs in a box. 9 eggs are brown and 1 egg is white. So what will happen in this case? Our mind will be attracted towards the white egg. Why? Because it is unique. It has different color. So uniqueness plays vital role in registration of something. Yes, uniqueness is very important element of our imagination. So please add these three elements: color, motion, and uniqueness while you are imagining something. Your registration will become very strong. And when registration becomes very strong, you will not forget what you will study. I'm giving you one exercise. What you have to do is you have to associate these two elements, shoes and ant. You have to associate them in at least 10 different ways. See, it will make you more creative. You have to enhance the skills of your imagination. So this practice will have fun, but at the same time, you will learn how to link. What are different ways to link two objects? So please think something funny, creative, innovative, and then see what happens. You will learn with fun. I'll continue talking about imagination, how to practice imagination in my next video. But till that time, please do this exercise. Think about 10 funny and creative ways by which you can link or associate an ant with the shoe. At last, I will say that never stop learning. The meaning of learn for me is license to earn. So if you will stop learning, your earnings may stop. If you liked our video, please subscribe this channel and hit the like button. Thank you very much. Stay blessed and have a bright future.